So, what would you wear to the Goodwood Revival? And more to the point, how would you do it without spending a lot of money? On the one hand, you can see the revival as an event on the season, maybe like Ascot or Henley. Not that I do those, but if it floats your boat, sorry about the pun. On the other hand, it is a classic car gig. Some of the best sports racing cars from the 20s to the 60s are there. You'll see blower Bentleys, Ferrari 250s, Aston DB4s, Cobras, and also you'll see more or less everybody dressing the part. I remember a few years back I did an interview with Lord March, who of course runs the event, and he described it as live theatre. What's more to the point is, if you dress up, you become part of the event, you become part of that live theatre, and I think that's a really nice thing, and I think it makes you feel better. So, as well as looking at my pictures of the revival, it's not a bad idea to seek out some books on motor racing back in the day. See what drivers and spectators were wearing, the cut and line of their jackets and trousers, usually a bit on the baggy side. Look at the size of watches, types of hat, and then start putting things together for yourself. Okay, let's start with a plain white shirt, cotton button-down collar. This one is a very old one, escaped many purges somehow. Horn Brothers, remember their corner shops? Anyway, it's that old that, yes, the collar doesn't fit anymore. Oh well. And the trousers. Remember what we said? Baggier fit? I do not want to hear the phrase, does my bum look big in these? Actually, these are just a pair of Timberlands. They're not vintage or anything, but they are a heavy cotton twill. As I said, they are a bit on the baggy side, so let's get a belt for them. Let's choose the older one, a bit on the gnarly side, and certainly no logos. Oh, boots. No, I hadn't forgotten. These are a pair of Loke Brogue boots from their 1880 county range. Picked up at Maison TK Maxx, so a fair bit of sting taken out of the price. I think boots are the order of the day for Goodwood. However, if you want to do a lot of walking, maybe you're press, maybe you're a photographer, I'd wear something like this. This is actually a pair of Wranglers. Yeah, logo on them, and there's that padded cuff, but with your trousers coming lower, nobody's going to see that. I don't think I'd even polish them. I might change the laces, and they still look the part. And a cravat, of course. An easy ascot knot will do. Polyester will probably stick to you more, but probably keep its shape better. Okay, if we're thinking accessories for a moment, let's take a look. You're going to need a pen. Not necessarily flashy, period beats bling. And the cigarette case, both of these were my dad's. I use that to put business cards in. And then of course a watch. Leave the Hublot Big Bang or the Richard Mille at home. Go for a smaller, classic look. Something maybe like this Glycine automatic with the sweep seconds. Right, with those sorted, let's start thinking about jackets. This one is actually quite modern. It's Camel Collection, lightly structured. It'll blend right in, even though a few of the details are quite modern. And yeah, there's a logo on the pocket. It's small, nobody will notice. I feel this one looks better, at least on me, with a warmer red cravat. Okay, I feel the need for tweed. This is a Barber sports hacking jacket. I think I reviewed it for a magazine about 12 years ago and kept it. Suede elbow patches, quite a nice touch. You'll easily pick something like this up in a charity or vintage shop. If it's charity, it'll be 40 quid, if it's vintage, it'll be 90. You can stay with the cravat look or try a tie. And of course, a hat. Carrying on the tie idea, how about a bow tie? A bit more flamboyant. This jacket actually is American. The lapels are a little bit wider, aren't they? Still Harris tweed, but American. You could maybe pretend you're, I don't know, part of the Penske racing team perhaps, or a visiting professor of French medieval history from Princeton. But maybe you're not the cravat or tie of any kind type. Maybe you're an E-Type Roadster or early 70s 911 driver, and far too hip for any of all that. So then how about sporting some knitwear under your jacket? The jacket is 60s British. Buttons are tailors. And again, Harry's tweed. I actually got it at Goodwood one year when I turned it without any kit. The overall quality is so good for what would have been, you know, a middle market piece. I really love it, but it's a bit hot, especially to wear on all 3 days. Still, sometimes you have to suffer for your art.